too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. 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 You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Casting on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me. Hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping lights paint the skies, only you can make me can make me
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Owlet tournament. I am your host and play-by-play caster, Reignbow. We've got an excellent match for you tonight featuring Scandals versus the Bench Boys. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is lightknight. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, this is our very first match of Season 3.5, preseason match. So is Scandals versus Bench Boys. We don't know a lot about Scandals yet as they are new to Owlet. But Bench Boys is made up of various players who've been on Happy Squids, Ohio Woos, Otter Oxide, and coaches Bulls from Storybook Villains. So a lot of really exciting players here. So I'm excited to kind of see what they're going to be doing. We are going to get started here really quick in a sec. We were a bit late on the cast though. But yeah, so we're going to be getting started on Oasis here. So what are some of your thoughts about Oasis?
Oasis is an interesting map. This is a control map. I feel like the first and second part in particular, Wiz is the big building and the little circular one. It's really hard to take that back. So the first fight is going to be very crucial. Because if you lose that first fight, it's going to be incredibly difficult to get it back, especially the point advantage. And the first part, that's kind of just a normal map. Nothing really too special about it, in my opinion. It's kind of just a really close part. You can see some sniping, maybe. Not really much high ground, though.
Yeah, so in general, what map comps are we looking at?
Map comps? I've been seeing a bunch of double barrier and just all levels of play on pretty much every map. However, we've been seeing a bunch of dive, like Winston Zarya dive, as well as a Genji. But Genji has been nerfed to the ground recently. But I still think we might be seeing some Genji play, yeah.
Yeah, that would be very exciting to see some Genji come out, or just any real variety, and dive's always fun. I think there's a chance Bench Boys could pull out some decent dive, just simply due to the fact that Bull's their coach. I know he's not super well known for dive in Owlet. comps coming out, or some of the team comps coming out soon.
We already got a Tracer, Hammond, and a Winston here on the bench boys. I believe that team was.
Yes.
Hammond is an interesting character. He's pretty good, however, he hasn't been really meta for a while now. Samba. We got double barrier comp on Scandals, so that's very expected.
So we'll get to see how these comps match up together here in a second. Yeah, so is there anything that's kind of staying out to you as kind of questionable? I was gonna say the Mercy was a bit, but they did switch to Lucia, probably help them speed out here.
Torbjorn is definitely the one that's sticking out to me the most. You don't really see Torbjorn in competitive play that much, especially in like tournaments like this. Just because his like main thing is turret, it doesn't have a lot of HP and could be shot down fairly quickly by any like competent long range-ish player.
And you see the two teams start to face off right now. Bench Boys has started to take some of that high ground with Genji and Winston going to be dropping down onto the double barrier comp, just kind of getting some nice poke in there. Not a lot happening right now, just the turret getting taken down by Hawk on the Genji. Right now, most of space control is on the side of Scandal, so Bench Boys need to start contesting that more and putting some pressure in here. Astergo with the first kill onto Doge. So it's looking as a good start for Bench Boys taking out one of the enemy healers. Right now they're still just trying to keep that space, look for those opportunities to come in, but Scandals is very well grouped right now, so it makes it hard to get those kills, but Blackman comes in, gets Agent Gecko, and the rest of Scandals falls soon after that. Blackman and Astergo doing a lot of the work there, and Bench Boys will be getting the first cap on this point.
Well, that was an interesting turn placement. I feel like the turn placement could be good, but the Bench Boys just kind of played around it. Didn't really give it. I only saw it shooting for like a couple seconds, and then they just turn couldn't just get any shots there. Just couldn't see anything.
Yeah, I think Bench Boys did a good job not investing too much and just taking the poke as they could. We got to see the Pulse Monk come out there, not able to get any kills there. But able to get some poke damage in, and we did see they kind of go for a bit more of the mirror there on Scandals. Coming in with the nano from both sides, I believe. Ult's being invested. Milk coming in with the Raging Monkey, getting a nice 2k, and we also hear the Blade coming out from Hawk. Really just wanting to invest and secure this fight win. Didn't look like Hawk got much. Astergo did get taken down by Nito Burrito, but it's not gonna be enough because Bench Boys really did take out a lot of the Scandals players very quickly there.
I feel like both sides invested a lot of ults there, and the Bench Boys did come out on top, which is very good for them, especially because they managed to farm both a grab and a rally from that fight. However, the Scandals, they have both a Molten Core and a rally. They both popped the rally.
So speaking of rallies, they get popped on both sides. We do see the grab coming out. We'll see how much they're able to get in with a huge anti-nade there coming out from Misfit. They are able to pretty much topple the entire team instantly.
Oh, disgusting.
Yes, there's gonna be. I don't think they'll be able to touch point. It'll have to be very last minute. So I think this will be going to Bench Boys here.
They had really good ult economy there. They only invested 1 or 2 ults in each fight.
We do get the Winston touch just in time. Imagine it get taken down pretty quickly. So yeah, it does go down, but the other players might have enough time to touch here. You can see the brick pop onto point. The Molten Core getting thrown down here, trying to get some control, but Hawk is going to bring out the Blade, taking out both of the healers pretty quickly. They're looking for a third kill. It does get Nito Burrito and Kevin, and so that will be the end of point 1 on Oasis.
Yeah. I feel like there was nothing the Scandals could have done after the first fight, because they didn't have nearly as good ult economy as the Bench Boys. Because every single ult they invested into a fight, they managed to get like another ult out of. Especially because there was like 3 fights in that, and every single ult they used, like the Graviton led to, I believe, I think it was a rally or something.
Yeah, and so like even on fights where they invested more ults than they necessarily needed to, they were still able to get enough ult charge elsewhere. They had enough for next fight. So we'll be going to Gardens here. So it looks like it's going to be pretty much the same on either side. Tracer from McCree and Mercy for Brig, but pretty similar. It looks like Scandals may be trying to match, or they are also practiced on this and decide to match, because they also can't play it. Just kind of have to see how this ends up playing out.
Zarya is going to be one of the deciding factors here. Her grab is just so good, especially in these like close quarter maps, so you can get 6 3-man grabs.
Yeah, so Gecko did make a dive in there and seemed to be kind of get caught out and taken down pretty quickly. We did see Kevin get a quick, or I forgot to read the pronunciation, but the McCree player get one of those kills there, but that was pretty much all. See it end up getting taken down pretty shortly after.
In the fight.
Yeah, I feel like if you look at the ult percentages for the healers, especially Ana, Misfake got so much ult charge there just from healing his teammates very consistently, while Matcha barely got any, like 30% there.
Yeah, just kind of just poking back and forth right now, seeing who's going to be able to kind of get the first kill and make the first major move here. We do see Benchwood kind of back up more towards point, giving Scandals a bit more space, but they're able to still take out Agent Gecko. Serga putting in some work there. Does get taken down by Kev though, and so it does kind of even things up, but Matcha getting taken down. Nita getting a kill onto Milk though, again even things up with Doge getting the res onto Matcha, but Hawk is going to bring out that blade, trying to swing things back over to Benchboy's side, able to take out both supports and the Zarya player, so it looks like it is going to still be going to Benchboys there. That was one of the closer fights. What do you think could have swung it more in Scandal's direction and let them win that fight?
Maybe Dova could have used his own blade to try and kill Hawk or the enemy supports, but it would have been very risky because he could have probably gotten taken out quite easily by, you know, the bench boys.
Yeah, so you think we're looking for like kind of a huge blade play here? They do have the nano blade right now.
They do. But then they have Grab, the enemy team, but they have both Grab and...
Ooh, and they have a Stergo in their backline getting a 3k with a pulse bomb. That's just not a happy day. You just go, okay, well, I guess I go back to spawn. But they're running out of time here to get to point. They're going to need another kind of miracle touch from Winston. And so kind of see how that goes. They did nano him, help make sure he lasts the point, but with the grab coming through, it's going to be stopping some of the players. We do have the Raging Mine coming onto point, and the Blade's going to be coming out. Misfit and Hawk go down there. So it is still definitely possible for them to win this out, but Milk is able to push Agent Gecko off of the map. And Kev gets a kill onto Blatman. It's still possible, but you know, they didn't keep getting his kills, and Kev is kind of putting in that work there on the McCree, and it looks like they will actually be able to pull this out, with Dovahkiin also getting another kill. Kev does go down since some of the DPS missing for Scandals there, and Hawk is just going to be cleaning up on the Genji, and that is going to be the first map going to Bench Boys.
I feel like the Scandals, the Genji Primal Rage, they had Genji Primal Rage and Nano, but they didn't use it to like the last fight. I'm pretty sure they had it, and they had the opportunity to use it earlier when they were at like a lower percentage, and if they had won that fight, they would have had more of a chance. But once it gets to like 9, you have to pull out, you get in desperate mode, and it kind of just gets to your head.
Yeah, I gotta talk about that great reflect on the sleep there from Hawk onto Matcha, and then pulling out the blade. But yeah, it's definitely like you kind of question maybe some of the ult timings. But so what do you think Bench Boys was doing really well there? Because we did talk about the ult economy, but is there anything else that they were just doing really right that helped win them those fights?
I feel like it came down to 3 things. The ult economy, they had great ult economy. The positioning, they had really good positioning. In the first fight, you could tell on the Scandal side, their healers, well, they were like somewhere far back. They weren't like in a prime position. Well, the Bench Boys, their Ana was in a really good spot. All the healers were like, you know, spouse, so they could heal anybody who they want. And you saw that because Ana got the ult much faster because she could get so much healing there, as well as just kind of mechanical skill. You could see with that sleep, perfectly timed.
Yeah, so all of the kind of positioning ult. So what do you think Scandals can do right now to kind of help turn the strengths? Obviously, they can't just like magically get better. What decisions can they make right now to help turn it around on the next map?
I feel like they could try, when they were playing dive, I feel like they could try and dive, like focus on the backline purely. their healers in particular. So if you could send in like one Winston and try and take out like either the Mercy or the Ana in particular, was quite far back, that could turn the fight. As well as try and get better positioning. Maybe like a Lucio to speed things up so you could get the head start on positioning, high ground and stuff like that. We're going to be using Watch Point with Gibraltar here.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing more dive.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, bubbling Winston and having the Winston kill their backlines in the first couple seconds of the fight could practically end the bench boys.
Yeah, so just being able to pull off those precise dives it is really helpful, because you did see kind of some of those points where Gecko seemed very unsupported when he went in, and so then got taken down. It's kind of lost in the fight. So I'm hoping to see them kind of clean some of that up a bit more. And you never really know where it's coming from. It's a communication issue or whatnot. But looks like we will be getting this map started in a second. And so we will be seeing Scandals on the defense first. So what do we expect to see them running here?
Gibraltar in particular, you have to have high survivability when you're on defense, because on the first point, you have such a far walking distance. Even if you die once, there's not going to be much for you to get. If you lose a team fight for defense, you basically lose the first point, unless you manage to get some crazy dive, clutch 61. We have a bit of a Bastion on the side of the bench boys. Bastion is...
They are an attack, so knowing those boys, I think they might be messing around a little bit. But we are going to be seeing the Torb coming out again on defense, looks like.
Yeah. Tanks haven't actually decided who they're buying. Got a Reinhardt.
But do you like the DPS combo of the Hanzo and Torb on defense here?
Torbjorn, both of them are, in my opinion, controversial picks. Because I feel like Hanzo, while he can get like cheeky headshots with the sniper, I don't think he can compete with the Widow just on pure aim. And if they lose the sniper duel, he's not going to be able to get his ult. Agent Gecko with the 10,000 PI there. We got double barrier comp versus Roadhog. Roadhog could potentially just drag down one of the enemies.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to be playing pirate ship comp here, though. Yeah, so you can usually try to get a cheeky little hook there if they're positioned right on that bridge. So he's going to go and switch over to the Zarya. That is why you see Hog start off there sometimes on Gibraltar. But right now we're just kind of in that little poke phase. They did kind of see what the enemy team is running and switch off to that dive comp off of their more pirate ship. But yeah, right now just continually poking back and forth at each other, and they are still getting progress on that cart. The cart is moving down below, and so you need Scandals to kind of be able to put enough pressure so that they can't get more movement there. And it looks like they have sufficiently done that, and you just kind of see bench boys positioning to try to get some picks here.
That high ground was just so crucial for the Scandals, and they lost it almost instantly, which is... that was not good. Now they're looking at getting steamrolled here. Both of their shields are low, but Sigma shield is gone now, and Reinhardt shield is close to. There's not really much they can do, especially because that card just keeps on moving.
Yep, and now we see Milk kind of going in there, trying to get some damage. Does get bashed, but is able to escape there. But it does give the opening for Astergo to get that kill onto Matcha. But Kev comes back and gets the kill onto Astergo. So now it is Hanzo's the only sniper playing the game right now. We do see Milk kind of raging on Monkey there, trying to put the enemy team out of position. But Jovikin gets the kill onto Misfit. And it looks like they will be pushing back Bench Boys right now with the charge onto Milk. And they're able to just clean up right now. So Bench Boys was able to get kind of close to the end, but they're going to have to win a fight. And it is kind of hard to win a fight in that area. You see teams get held on first, just getting stuck, trying to attack at that point.
I feel like the ultimate economies here is I actually think it's in more in favor for the Scandals. I feel like their ultimates are more game changing. Mainly the molten cord they can zone, but you can just put it on the card and nobody can touch though. But the one I see mostly is Hanzo and Widow's. Widow's ult is just not nearly as good as Hanzo's.
Yeah, and that kill from Agent Gecko onto Milk is just gonna further delay Bench Boys' push here. Oh, Deserter does get a kill on Kev. It's not gonna be enough to let them push because if you don't have your main tank, you really don't have any of that pushing power.
Yeah.
But he is coming back into the fight, and so right now Bench Boys are up. It looks like they're going to be dropping down. We get to see the Nano Blade coming out, looks like. And you do see the Flux and Dragons coming through, trying to put a stop to that Dragon Blade. The Molten Core getting thrown down as well, really making sure to use all their ults. Hawk does get that kill onto Doge there, though, and Bench Boys are keeping some of the space they have, throwing down the grab, able to take out Kev, and also able to take out Dovahkiin, so it looks like they are kind of getting up. Just need to take out those last two tanks and Matcha, and it looks like they're able to just need to take out Nito, and they have, so it looks like they will be getting to point A, and we are now pushing through to point B.
I don't think there was much that the Scandals could really do there. Maybe invest less ults because it did look like a losing fight for them because there was a Nano Blade, Widow's ultimate, like there were like so many ults there for the Bench Boys. So if the Scandals had just held on to some of their ults and used ults in this fight instead, that could have made a bit of a difference.
Yeah, in some ways it felt like they weren't used with a lot of precision. And we do kind of see them start to face off now. Maybe see some kills coming through here, but Scandals are kind of being forced to back up. Bench Boys already over halfway. Just kind of that final stretch. Diving in, pulling out another Nano Blade. Able to get the kill onto Kev. Agent Gecko going down to Blatman. You do see the rally came out from Doge there trying to help keep the team up. But, ooh, Dovahkiin does get two, but eventually was able to just continue to clean up, and they were able to roll through point B pretty quickly there. They do have the break hold out on point, but they are going, ooh, is there another contest? Did you see the Ryan? Okay, they are going to eventually be able to clean that up, and so they were able to roll through point B really quickly. And I do kind of think what you're talking about, the ults, is I think that's kind of what was the downfall there for Scandals.
I got a Nano Blade so quickly in one fight almost. That was so fast. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I think they're both doing a really great job of kind of getting just like that pick damage in to help charge their ults. We are going to see the rally coming out here from Jonathan, helping push the team in. Dovahkiin does get the kill onto Hawk though. Jonathan able to take out Agent Gecko, which I would argue is the bigger pick. We do see the Flux coming out though. Astergo able to get a kill onto Doge, so the Flux didn't really end up getting much, and Molten Core is also getting thrown down. The Astergo kind of popping off with some of those headshots. Flatman able to take out Dovahkiin. They're just able to continue pushing through here. Astergo continuing to kind of go uncontested in a lot of ways. We do see the grabs going to be coming out there. We do see the Shatter and the anti-nade though might be able for Scandals to pull back, but with Agent Gecko going down, Hawk kind of just coming back and popping off there. And we do see Angry Monkey getting pulled out now is going to help force them and spawn. And so Bench Boys are just going to be able to continue rolling here, and Scandal's not even really able to get a contest, so Bench Boys will be capping it with 2 minutes 11 on the clock. I think it's definitely matchable by Scandals, but they'll have to put in a lot of work and really just kind of refine their strategy.
I feel like that ending Bob could have made a difference if they had timed it better. Because you saw them bring out the Bob to try and contest, but it actually hit the orange crates, which was not very good. If they had just waited, a couple more seconds, it could have made a difference, bought them some time to bring in the rest of their troops.
Yeah, cause I think part of the difference you're seeing with the ults, I mean, there's like kind of how many you're using and all that, but I think the bigger difference there is the precision with which you're using them. And I feel like Bench Boys has more precision how they're using it. They press Q and know exactly what they're planning to do, and I feel like in some ways we're not seeing as much of that from Scandals. Sometimes it's very clear they have a plan and they're able to execute it, but you also kind of see some just feel like they're more in response and they're not able to get the value out of it that they need to. Because Flux can be very powerful, but they're just not able to really pull those kills out of it. Yeah, but as we get started here, what are we thinking of the initial comps we're seeing from these teams?
Initial comps, on the Scandals, we got actually somewhat of a nope, not dive. We got a Sigma, Lightknight, the same composition. It might work out. We got a McCree now to try and get some picks on the Widowmaker. The higher new could be a game changer, but besides that, I don't really see much difference here. Besides like a Mercy.
Yes, we are going to be kind of getting some of that initial poke coming through. Benchers kind of holding back right now, just getting some of that pick damage in, and going to be looking to make their plays soon. But kind of as you saw with the reverse side, we're just going to see Scandals able to just kind of roll through the underbelly there, and Benchers are looking to drop on top of them, I believe, here. And yep, so you do see Milk dropping down, putting some of that damage. Blackman able to take out Nita Bruto very quickly there. I think it was able to build a decent amount of charge in that poke phase. We do see the res coming through from Doge though onto Nita Burrito. Able to get him back in the fight, which does kind of even things back up again. Hawk did get the kill onto Dovahkiin, the enemy Genji. So they do kind of have that advantage. Stergo getting a kill onto Doge. So it looks like it's really going to be Bench Boys pulling out. They just need to continue getting these kills and pushing Scandals back into spawn.
Reinhardt got isolated and just picked off. Almost like the bench boys can see into the future of what the Scandals are thinking and doing. It's like, it's insane.
Yeah, it's a lot of that game sense and experience, because I know a lot of these people have been on teams for a really long time. I don't know the Scandals history as well, but it's like if you're kind of on teams and doing this for that long, you get a lot better with the team play aspects and being able to figure out what the enemy team is planning.
If we look at the ults,
you see the Genji Blade coming out here, or the Nano Blade. Able to take out Matcha, Nita Burrito falling as well, so it's just some more great initial picks coming out from Bench Boys, able to just kind of keep fending off Scandals.
I really do feel like it's just those first picks that just make a world of a difference. The bench boys are just getting such crucial first picks. They're baiting out Mercy Reses, they're getting the healers, and they're getting the crucial picks like on the Genji and McCree.
Yeah, I very much agree. It looks like we're going to be seeing Scandals try to rotate onto the top area here, but you still Bench Boys kind of with that high ground on top of boxes and able to just get a lot of poke down onto them and drop onto them and just get into that tight hallway and clear them out. Did get the kill onto Doge there. Nita Burrito going down to Astergo and Matcha, and Agent Gecko does get the kill onto Blackman, which could be potentially huge for the next fight. So you're eliminating that charge, not to mention the respawn time. So even if Blackman does get back, you're missing a lot of that charge, which gets you a very significant amount of damage.
I feel like the Scandals could bring this back if they tried something more mobile with the tanks.
Because look at this ults.
The Shadow, well, it is good when the bench boy is just sitting on height like that, getting damage, and it doesn't really get much value, but they have been dropped down.
A bit of ult party coming out here. Hawk is able to get a kill onto Doge. Agent Gecko is able to get the kill onto Hawk. So it is Scandals up now with that kill onto Astergo, and that also removes a lot of pressure, so you don't have that Widow poking down at you all the time. And so Milk is able to kind of get in that backline and take out Matcha though, and remove that healing. So, like, yeah, Milk able to take out Agent Gecko. Kev was able to take out Jonathan. And so I think it's still definitely possible for Scandals, but they need to make it all the way back to Cart because they were pushed back very heavily by Bench Boys. Milk doing a really great job on that Winston, able to stay alive through all of that. I mean, he did use his ult, but we are going to be seeing the Nano Blade come out here from Dovahkiin, able to take out Astergo yet again. Try and get some more done, but the Blade is end. That's it. The Agent Gecko is able to take out Hawk. Kev able to take out Milk, and so it looks like Scandals will be able to get this first point here, winning this fight. Just need to get the cleanup onto Blackman, and this point should be theirs.
I feel like the second point B in particular, point B, I feel like it'll be a lot more easygoing for these Scandals, mainly because of the two ults that the tanks have, both of which are much better with a even ground, because up here in point A, you can just see the bench boys were just sitting on height and just trying to get poke damage in. So Agent Gecko couldn't get a single good shadow on them, but this could be a different story if they get on even ground.
Yeah, but with Astergo just kind of consistently getting those picks on Widow, you know, there's only so much you can do. You really need to be able to take away her ability to pressure you, which Dovahkiin was doing a pretty decent job of at some points, but really needs to get done now. It's just a lot of free sight lines here.
Yeah, I was kind of concerned about the Widow, because if you play Widow, you have to get a couple picks every single fight, but he's been doing that.
We did have the Shatter coming down, but the kill into Aiden Gecko. Kev was able to use Deadeye to get a kill into Jonathan, but Hawk able to come back and take out the Genji. So it's really just kind of Scandals on the back foot right now. We do see Milk popping the Angry Monkey there, and able to continue to get those kills, pushing Scandals even further back into spawn and delaying their next fight. So what do we think of the ult economy? What ults are we going to be seeing next fight?
The ults are going to be seeing next fight. I feel like a delayed grab would be good, but I don't think that's even necessary. A grab or a blade alone would be good enough. Maybe even just one of, even 0 ults could be used in this fight, and we could still pull out a victory in this fight.
Yeah, for sure. We'll kind of see what ends up getting used. I suspect we'll see the Flux and Nano coming out. Or just really a lot of ults, because this is basically the last fight for Scandals. We do get to see that drop, that grab drop down onto them, and Astergo able to get 2 nice picks. The second point is just Astergo showing off quite a bit here. It's just getting like half of these kills, honestly. We do see Gecko trying to put up a fight, getting that charge in, but it's not going to be doing much.
I just feel like Astergo just got so many crucial picks in the early game, as well as you know, creating opportunities, creating space.
Ooh, that cancel. We got to see Nito trying to pull out the Flux, but gets taken down. So it's Bench Boy is going to be up 2-0 right now.
This is going to be very interesting. A reverse sweep would be interesting, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. You know, the Bench Boys just have been looking so dominant here. They just can't be stopped. Like, the synergy is just, I feel like it's much better. The ult economy, they seem to be having better callouts for what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's like every detail you could look at, Bench Boys is just like at least just an extra step ahead. And so I don't think this is really a situation where you could look at the reverse sweep, but you can look for kind of the redemption map at the very least for Scandals, because I do believe they can pull out a map if they play it correctly. And so you just want to be able to see them walk away with the map and be able to kind of get that small victory out here. But we are going to be throwing it to a break here real quick, so we'll be back in probably about 5 minutes. So just stay tuned and watch the next map here between Scandals and Bench Boys.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been out of town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
When you want to get off the darkest ground, but gravity pulls you straight down.
Welcome back after the break. This is Scandals versus the Bench Boys. Currently, it is 2-0 in favor of the Bench Boys, and we are headed to King's Row. We're kind of getting right into it here. So what are we going to be seeing here on King's Row?
It looks like we're definitely going to be seeing some double barrier. I feel like the double barrier isn't really working here. I feel like the dive has been much better. The Sturgo obviously on Widowmaker, their performance last time in the last map was just insane. They got so many crucial picks. Not on Widow actually. Hawk's on Bastion though.
So I want to speak to Astergo a bit. He's very well known around Owlet. Currently going by Sparix, just in game as Astergo. But previously known as COs on Otter Oxide, the championship team from Season 3. And before that was, I think on Echo 6, Expandable Odyssey, and yeah, and then was on Otter Oxide. So yeah, he's been very well known and been doing great for a while now, clearly from winning last season. So it's exciting to see him be able to be here and continue to pop off for us.
This is the one time where double barrier could pull out here because they are on defense on King's Row. They aren't taking high ground, which is an interesting play. Not really against it, but
yeah, because there's definitely can work. We're going to be seeing more of the rush comp from Bench Boys, aided by the Echo and Widow. Yeah, so we are going to be seeing some of the Widow v Widow here on King's Row, which is always really exciting. Might see Chance Widokin to help pop off there. We do see Bench Boys pushing into Scandals right now, and able to get some really nice initial picks there. Just able to whittle him down and take him out all at once. Able to roll through first point really quickly. Usually that can be a much harder one, but Scandals definitely still has chances to stop up Bench Boys here.
clip it. No. Got a bit of talking in the chat here. I feel like that was just so fast. Astergo got a couple, even if he didn't get any picks, that was just so much pressure. Because they have to respect Astergo on the Widowmaker.
Yeah, after last map, you're just kind of in fear of those Widow shots.
Personally, I would just dedicate an entire tank just to not let the Widowmaker kill everybody. Or kill the healers. They probably aren't going to do that, but they have to take out Astergo quickly in the first fight spots of the fight.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing the Shire come out there. Looks like it was blocked there, but Milk was able to get the kill on Doge. Jonathan with the Lucio coming in, able to take out Agent Gecko. You see the Nano Ryan coming and swinging into them. So what do you think is kind of really losing Scandals these points? Because I do see that Maywall's as someone who's spent a lot of time with someone who's really good at May, I'm kind of seeing some of the errors in some of the Maywalls and how they could be better used. But what do you think is really the main linchpin that's losing them the fights?
Honestly, I don't know if it's communication, but I don't feel like their positioning is just, they're like spread out and, you know, they're not in very good position here. Like, they are kind of stuck together. But if you look here, the Ana is just way far back. You can't see the Reinhardt, so he has to keep pushing forward. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the Nano Zarya coming out here, the Grav getting thrown down by Blackman, and just going to be, Menchman is kind of continuing to get those kills, trying to do some last contest, throwing down that Blizzard there, which might be, it's at least going to buy him some more time. Is able to get a kill into Blackman, but the Shire is going to be coming through and it's going to help them clean up. We are going to be now moving on to point 3 with 5 minutes 20 seconds on the clock. With that kind of back against the wall syndrome, we might be able to see Scandals doing a better job stopping them here if they're kind of given that chance, especially with that Grav coming out.
I feel like they might need when the Scandals go and attack, they might need to switch up their comp here. I feel like they're trying to they tried to mirror Astergo's Widowmaker. It didn't really pay out. I feel like they should have,
and they weren't able to get a lot out of that Grab either. They were able to follow up on it though, and that's really what matters. Even if you can't get those initial picks, if you can make sure they don't make it out, then that's really what gets you. So they are able to stop Bench Boys' roll there.
Back, they fall back. It's just a bunch of the little things that really just pile up and amount to them getting, I don't want to say steamrolled, but they were getting steamrolled earlier. The cart didn't stop moving.
Yeah, so right now basically it's like Scandals was able to get off a really good I'm forgetting the words now, shatter against bench boys there, and so it was able to stop some of their momentum. So they did have the Nano Reinhardt, but without the team to help back him up, they weren't able to follow up on it a lot. So they kind of lost a lot of that value with some good picks as well coming out, especially from Nita Burrito. They were able to kind of put an end to it there. We do see some more of those ults coming out. The window getting thrown down, which helps Kev get a pick onto Milk, but Astergo is able to take out Jovakine. But if you're losing your main tank, there's not a lot you can do. But Astergo is trying to do his absolute best to get his team going there. It is getting a 3K right now, so that's pretty great. But you still kind of do need that pushing power with the Reinhardt there. Able to kind of get Gecko to retreat a bit back into spawn, which is able to give them the space. And now Milk is back into play. We do get to see the rally coming through from the Hawk, who is able to copy the Brigida. Duvikin does take out Astergo and Misfit, so there's some two great essential picks, and they're able to follow up and just kind of bulldoze over the rest of bench boys there, continuing to stop their ability to finish point C.
I feel like they have the skill. They have the mechanical skill. They can win fights. I just don't want to say it's a game sense, but it's more like I feel like they should maybe try and change up the comp a little bit. Maybe something more to counter maybe the Echo, because the Echo's getting pretty good value of just kind of pressuring them. Maybe they could try and get switch off.
Speaking of that Echo, getting that initial kill, and then all they had left was that Deadeye, and so that's it. It's a team kill. It's point C for you. It's kind of almost a shame when fights happen so quickly. It's like we're talking over. It's all of a sudden point C is captured.
Yeah.
But we do have 2 minutes 21 seconds on the clock. It's not as scary as their initial time bank rolling into point C with that 5 minutes. So it's at least more within reach than it was before, but you're still gonna have to see Scandals pull out a really good attack here to be able to match bench boys and bring the map back for them.
I feel like it's the little things that matter the most. Just to be positioning on every single part. They had a interesting positioning on the first capture here at the beginning. They weren't on height. It was interesting because while Astergo did not go to take the height, Astergo could have went to just go get height and would have been able to get a lot of crucial picks. So they maybe try and play dive to try and isolate one of the enemy players. I'm not sure if that would really help though.
Yeah, I don't know, 'cause people do kind of say you can play anything on King's Row, but you really don't see a lot of dive come out here. I'm generally opting for a rush or more recently like the double shields.
Era is I saw Fair for a second there. Confused.
But yeah, so we will be seeing the Ryan on both sides, one with Zarya, one with Sigma. So we'll kind of see how this matchup ends up going. An initial sleep on the Agent Gecko out there from Misfit. Just kind of putting a little, reducing their momentum right out of gate there.
As you can see, bench boys is taking height here. Half of them is on low ground, half of them is on height. As they are dropping down.
Because you just kind of see them rotating around through Hotel and basically becoming the defenders there, which is kind of a really great position to be on. They were able to get the kill, and Blackman does get res. Jonathan does get taken down though, so it's kind of even, but it is seeming to go the way of bench boys. But Dovakin kind of trying to slow some of that and get some picks of his own. And Kev also coming out with a pick. It is kind of still possible, but I think they did see a really good job of Scandals there, assuming this fight is going to be over. Yes, but I think the rotation was really good. They just weren't able to quite clinch as many kills as they needed to secure the fight, but I think the rotation was well executed.
I feel like if they're gonna be playing broadly inside those buildings like that, they might want to switch off the Hanzo, because Hanzo is a sniper, and if the sniper can't get really good picks often, like healers and DPSs, there's not much value. However, Hanzo does have a terrific ultimate, a very good zoning one. That could maybe be a game changer.
Yeah, and so we do just kind of see them start to face off here again. We get to see the copied Reinhardt, so it is 2 Reinhardts for bench boys, 1 getting nanoed. That's pretty terrifying to witness, and it's no surprise that they kind of just were able to roll over Scandals there. But as they're kind of getting clean up here, looking at the ult economy, who do you think it favors right now?
It does favor the Scandals. They have a lot of ults. They have almost every single one. However, I feel like they haven't been doing as much with their ults as the bench boys. The bench boys, every single one of their ultimates has been like a game changer, a fight changer, you know? Every single ultimate gets insane value.
Yeah. Speaking of ults, I think every ult got used there, but the grab dragons coming through for Scandals right there, getting a 3K. Definitely looking like Scandals could easily get the cleanup here and take point A. So yeah, they've cleaned off everyone there, I believe. Oh, Nidhawk. So yeah, so they're gonna be capping point A there and continue to move through. What do they need to help keep up this momentum?
To keep up the momentum, honestly, I feel like they just have to. I don't want to say get better, but that's kind of what they have.
Not get hooked would be a good first step there, because Milk pulled off an amazing hook to Agent Gecko, and we'll just clean him off. So that there goes their momentum right there. If you don't have your Reinhardt, you don't have any pushing power or a lot of defensive power. So just kind of get back to spawn. He is coming out of spawn here though. Kev getting a kill onto Milk, and they will be able to start pushing again off of this and getting some movement on the cart.
I feel like they have to catch the bench boys off guard.
Which they do kind of seem to be doing, maybe letting bench boys get a little overconfident and kind of punishing them for it in some ways. It seems to at least be what's happening in some of these fights.
At full ult, so it's gonna be an interesting fight, yeah.
Yeah, so we will get to see kind of some of that, those ults coming through there and see how that comes through. We do get to see the Shatter get blocked, the beat coming down along with the Nano and the Shatter coming in from Bench Boys. And there goes Agent Gecko. We do see the Moira ult getting used, but Blackman is just going to be cleaning up on the Reinhardt. I do think it's important to note kind of the slight role switch between Blackman and Milk. Blackman can play main tank just as well as Milk can play off tank. Although primarily Milk is main tank, Black is off. So you kind of see that switch, and I kind of like seeing the variety and seeing them be able to flex their fuller hero pools and not just combining themselves to main tank, off tank.
I think that bench boys just have been really flexible in this whatchamacallit, these games here, the series. They've been able to play almost every single hero that they need.
Yeah. You do see the Bob kind of getting thrown in there, drawing the attention, but Kev is able to kind of finish off that Bob, and they're going to be able to continue to push in here. Hopefully, they're kind of getting pushed back, actually, and being pressured down. Doge gets taken out by Milk and losing a lot of that healing. You're going to be kind of going back there, and they're going to wait for their Moira, and they have about 1 minute on the clock. So 2 fights if they're quick, but mainly 1 fight here. And you see kind of the pick onto Matcha and the pick onto Milk, kind of evening it up. But we do see Black kind of caught out there, and so it is definitely possible for Scandals, if they can clean up some of these Bench Boys players, they can definitely get the push. But the DPS are going to be kind of holding it for Bench Boys and able to take out those Scandals players. So even though some of those players did get caught out on Bench Boys, the DPS, since they were still alive, were able to clean it up.
It's just ridiculous. The bench boys have just been playing so well here. Like, not even the Scandals aren't even doing too bad. They're doing quite well in my opinion, actually. But the bench boys, they can't be stopped. It's like a giant towering over everybody.
When you see the dragons coming through here, kind of helps swing out some of the bench boys players, but you're gonna see the Nano Reinhardt coming through along with the windows out from Scandals. Scandals getting more value there though, able to fire strike through the window, getting 2 kills, and they just need to make sure they take out Blackman, because if you take out the Reinhardt, you're kind of able to get a lot of space there. But Milk is still hanging out in the back line, so they will need to keep an eye out for that. Bench boys trying to stall to get some extra time here, but it looks like it will be a point B cap for Scandals. 1 minute 29, so they absolutely cannot match the time for bench boys, but they can at least get the cap and give themselves a chance of tying, or I think if they get it with even like 1 second left, they will be able to, they will have a chance to win.
They need to get this third point for just a chance, because I feel like the Scandals, they can get a map off. They almost just left the card alone though. I feel like they have the mechanical skill. It's just that I don't know what's happening here. Maybe it's the positioning. It's just a bunch of tiny things.
Yeah, it's just kind of like this minor details come down, and so we do see the shatter coming through from Blackman. Blackman gets very, very low there, but Jonathan gets the boop on Tornado Burrito, which is going to be the main kind of linchpin that loses them that fight. Because they're going to have to kind of back up there along with the extra damage that got thrown down onto Scandals throughout that fight. Agent Gecko's very, very low right now. Needs to get healed back up before they can really go in full force. They're trying to keep that point presence coming through. We are going to be seeing the double Reinhardt play coming in again, but the amazing shatter coming out, and is going to be setting Hawk down into the pit. And so they're able to pull that out. I think it was really good plays, and that shatter was really well done coming out from Agent Gecko.
I want Scandals to win. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want this to go into a 4th, 5th map here. I want this to be.
Oh yeah, always got to fear for the underdogs. We do see the Nano Reinhardt charging back in here. Blatt taking out Agent Gecko. Nita Burrito is going to be taking out Johnson, though. We do see the Flux is going to be coming through, able to put in some of the extra damage there. Hawk taking out Doge, and Asterga taking out Matcha is going to be not looking great for Scandals, and it looks like they will be losing this, but there's some slight chance of maybe getting some extra kills in there, but it looks like no one's going to be able to touch. It was so close there. I was really hoping for Scandals to at least be able to get that one extra map, but it is going to be Bench Boys going home with the win here. We did get to see some good play out of Scandals. I'm glad we didn't just kind of see a continuation of maps 1, 2, and we got to see some pretty good play that almost, you know, was really matching Bench Boys on King's Row.
I don't even think it was the fact that the Scandals were losing. I think it was just that I know this sounds similar, it's like a synonym, but the Bench Boys were just doing so well. There's really not much that the Scandals could do to pull out the dub. Is the Bench Boys were just an overwhelming force. They had such good communication, such good ult economy. Just everything was so good.
Yeah. For sure. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out some of the interview stuff. So I think we're gonna throw it to a very quick break. We'll be back very quickly once we get the interview stuff sorted out to talk with you know, one or two of the players from Bench Boys.
Generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. 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 You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
So welcome back. We just watched Scandals versus Bench Boys. It was 3-0 for Bench Boys in this first preseason matchup, first match of season 3.5. And we are here with Jonathan and Blackman from the Bench Boys. So congratulations on the win.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks, I guess.
So both of you, I believe, were from the original Happy Squad stage 1 in season 3 from last season, minors.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's correct. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Both of you coming from there. But so I always like to ask this question. So is there any kind of behind the scenes people you would like to credit? You know, shot callers, coaches that really kind of helped you get the win tonight?
You want me to take this one, Jonathan?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. I mean, tonight's win was really a main tank difference. So you gotta look at Milk. End of the day, he was popping, and then as soon as King's Row hit, I just took all of Milk's power and used it in my Rhine. That's why I missed 0 shatters.
Yeah, 0. I'm pretty sure you missed one.
No,
I did not. I hit at least one person with every single one. It's my little bit of pride.
Okay, fair enough. I was not paying the most attention. But so kind of what was your mentality coming into the match? Because we really don't know much about Scandals. So were you kind of worried that maybe they'd be really good and just pop off and take you guys down, or were you just kind of the overconfident people you generally are?
The overconfident people.
Oh yeah,
I know
honest.
everyone on your team.
everyone but like Hawk, you could argue is confident, but then Hawk's gameplay is like, oh, he's confident. So.
But so yeah, so you were able to pull out 3-1 or 3-0, so it's a very good start. So you guys are going to be doing another preseason match, I believe. Do you guys know who that is against?
It got canceled, I'm pretty sure.
It got canceled. So you guys are not doing another preseason match. But so kind of going into your official season 3.5 matches, kind of what's your mentality? Are you guys generally like going to be very confident going and very just kind of neutral, just be like it is going to be how it's going to be how it's going to be?
It's always Asperix diff. That's
Yeah. I think all of us are really confident going in because we have no reason not to be. We're a team of just winners. Like, we don't like losing. We have winning genes. We just stick with it.
I can't really argue with a number of you being on that undefeated Ohio Woes squad and Sparix coming from the championship winning Otter Oxide. So I really can't argue with you guys' confidence because you do have, you know, a history to back it up.
Yeah.
So Light, do you have any particular questions for these two?
I have 2 in particular. Your comps, were those pre-decided for the maps? Your team comps, did you decide those beforehand, or were those like in the moment switches?
Depends on the comp.
Sometimes we kind of just decided to change the comp up because we wanted to. But
would that be in reference to the Ryan Hog on King's Row? I feel like that might have been one of those last minute comps. It was planned.
That was planned.
That was planned. All the others weren't.
Planned?
Yeah, we were supposed to be running like Diva Ball or something the whole night, and we were like, that's boring. Let's Winston Zarya. So
Yeah.
You guys did a good job pulling it off.
yeah, we just kind of did it. You know, not something we do a whole lot.
Secondly, your ult economy. How did you plan out your ult economy? Because you constantly had more ults than the enemy team, or most of the time. Did you plan that out, or how did you think of the ult economy?
We kind of just decide what ults we're going to use before the fight and see how we can counteract the ults that they
Is that
use.
generally a group decision, or do you have one particular shot caller who's always making those decisions?
It's a group decision right now.
Yeah, I think as we're all still getting the hang of it, I know Milk is probably the loudest. So
He is a main tank.
Yeah.
So if he calls for something, you kind of just do it. But at the same time, I think Misfit also is a big part of that. He likes to try and pre-fight plan.
Yep. And another question, is there anyone on the enemy team you wanted to shout out? Anyone who gave you the most trouble? I know it was a 3-0, but there were some fights where they did put up a really good fight and take you guys down very well. So is there anyone in particular you want to say did a great job on Scandals?
The enemy Hanzo did headshot a few of us sometimes.
Yeah, like once or twice.
That was surprising. I was on my side of the map, and then I would just get randomly killed.
Yeah. Other than that, no.
Okay.
Not really.
You're like, no, we rolled them through. Not,
Yeah.
no mercy to them.
Players, I just don't think a lot of them were having good days as well, which didn't help.
Yeah. Do you think there's any chance they improve, and when you meet them in regular season, they might put up a nice fight for you guys?
No.
I think you guys are so overconfident. I love to see it though.
It's not overconfidence if it's just fact.
Yeah, we back it up.
Do you want to send a message to your future opponents?
I think they've sent their message already.
I don't know. We just kind of win.
Okay, well, I look forward to seeing you guys in upcoming matches. So yeah. And to everyone who watched tonight, thank you guys for watching the stream, tuning in. We will be having more matches coming out. I think we have one every day for through Saturday for the preseason, and that after that we are going to be having our regular season. So if you want to get a nice sneak peek to all the teams, just make sure to keep tuning in each night. Light, any last words from you?
This has been looking very exciting here in these matches, so make sure to watch every game.
Yep. So good night, and thanks for tuning in.